Hey guys, okay, so today I want to talk about form. I had somebody ask me this a couple of days ago, and I made a couple of comments the past couple of days also about how important spinal alignment is and your moods and everything else. So if you want to improve not only how you do things in the gym, but also how your posture is, but you also want to improve what's going on between the mind and body connection, then having a good posture is a good idea. So when I teach a lot of postural formation in my trainings because a lot of the people that come to me are very deconditioned and have a lot of need for postural, just basic postural things. And for some people, some of these can just be exercises by themselves. So forgive my minimalistic clothing right now, but I wanted you to be able to see exactly what it is that I'm doing with my posture. So basically, when people normally stand, a lot of times they will stand in the posture that they've accustomed themselves to. So like when we work in an office space, we're used to hunching over a computer, we're used to sitting down a lot, we're used to maybe even wearing shoes with heels on them, whether they're low heels or tall heels, it doesn't matter. We still, you see how everything like that is going to throw our body out of alignment. And if you add to that bad posture on top of it, which a lot of people gain over time for self-esteem issues or whatever, we're adapting to that. So the body gets used to that. But it also puts a lot of extra pressure on the spine, and it puts a lot of extra pressure in areas where you don't want those muscles to be taking over for other muscles. A lot of times people's frontal chain is very strong and pulls them forward. So we want to align that and make it right. So one of the easiest things that we need to do is tuck your butt up and in and your hip flexors forward. And I don't mean like severely like shift out, to the front. I just mean that we want to have a nice, squeezed booty. We want the glutes to be engaged. We want the thighs to be engaged. And we also want for the hip flexors to be forward. And this is going to be true with a lot of motions that we do, whether we're squatting, see a squatting technique, we're going to need that postural chain to be right, or whether we're, lifting, then we can stand correctly. The other thing, and this is something that Chalene Johnson taught me, and that is to, instead of rising up like this to be straighter, you actually want to close your rib cage together. This engages those glutes. Think about your entire core as being a corset that's zipped up the front. So if I actually imagine that I'm zipping up the front of my rib cage and I close my rib cage, now see how that's done to my posture? I've gone from this kind of thing to this kind of thing, and now all these pieces are engaged. I have a lot of clients that just doing this, and then I show them standing floor crunches. I show them a lot of other things that they can do just walking around the house all day, or sitting at work at their desk, or sitting in the car. If they do these things, they're going to be able to improve that posture, and see how that also improves my spinal column movement. Now I'm going to be able to move in ways, because every movement that we make engages that core. The other thing is rolling the shoulders up and back, which most of us know. And then finally, that good neck alignment. If you look and see my neck, pull my head the right way here, a lot of people stand with their head forward like this. We want to re-engage that, and for a lot of people it feels awkward in the beginning because they're so used to their head being forward that it's awkward for them to bring their neck back. You have muscles in your neck, and those muscles in your neck, even though you don't want to work them out like you would your biceps, those muscles still get really weak. And if we have a weak forward neck, then we're not going to have good postural alignment, and that's going to mess up our spine. Remember, the spine is what the brain and the gut talk to the body through. So if I don't have good alignment, if my posture is not correct, then I'm going to be throwing all of that out of whack. So if you want to feel better about yourself, the other thing too is the fact that we all know that increased posture is related to better self-esteem issues, because if you feel like you are standing up straight and you feel like you are presenting yourself to the world in an open manner, then you won't tend to be as self-conscious of yourself. So just some basic tips for you. Another really quick tip too is, especially when you're doing anything in the gym, I don't care if you're running on a treadmill or you're lifting or you're doing insanity workout or you're doing yoga, it doesn't matter. Any of those things, This good stance is going to help you to improve all of those motions, because think about it. Where do we move from? We move from our hips, we move from our core, we move from our shoulders. So good alignment, good spinal alignment is going to help us with all of that. And it's going to help us not get that weird duck butt that a lot of girls have that go do heavy lifting in the gym. You know, the ones that squat out with their butts out. You don't know how many times I want to correct the girls in the gym when they're doing that, because I don't know, I guess they think that it's going to get them a J-Lo butt if they stick it out. But what it really does is it throws your body off of alignment and is really creating a lot of other problems in your kinetic chain. So just be thinking about that as you move around in the world, okay? So butt tucked up and in, abs engaged, shoulders rolled up and back, chin up and back, and you'll be seeing the world in a bright new way. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.